guys, AJ here back with another one for you. And guys, here we are again with another episode of 3NN News. That's right, guys, the 304 News Network. We look at these 304s acting an absolute fool, right? And guys, what do I always say about female cops and corrections officers? They are useless AF, right? That's right, guys, the Ponytail Patrol. It's about as useful as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Hey guys, here we have a report, right, of all these 304s in the Cleveland jail acting stupid. And guys, we have the race card out because we know what they look like from the jump. Guys, stop, take a second, and put the description of these knuckleheads, right? We all know what they look like. Because these chicks, these corrections officer jobs, these B-dubs, right? And all they're up in the jail.
The streets! I'm a bitch from the streets! I get the money! I get the money! Bitch, give me what you got!
So guys, we're going to get into this. Before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment. Guys, I have a second channel called 51304s that is linked in the description, so please go and check that out. Join the Discord, check out the playlist at the end, and guys, I'm offering memberships now, so please hit that join button or the link in the description. I really appreciate all you guys that are already members. I appreciate your support. And guys, let's get into this.
Tonight, guards gone wild.
News 5 investigators uncovering a string of Cuyahoga County corrections officers accused of crossing the line, taking part in unprofessional behavior with the people they're paid to watch.
Now, News 5 investigator Scott Knoll tells us even the union representing those officers says something has got to change.
The allegations.
How often do you drink on the job?
Seem unbelievable.
Is this just jailers gone wild in some cases?
Sometimes it looks like that.
From a so-called fight club behind bars to accusations of drug smuggling, we're not talking about the inmates.
I hope you understand how much of a security risk you are.
Look at that, guys. Talking to this B-dub. I told you.
It's corrections officers in the hot seat.
Some of this stuff is not just a dumb mistake that causes you to lose your job. Some of this stuff potentially puts you in prison.
News 5 investigators discovered 5 different corrections officers placed on leave or fired in the last 7.5 months for a string of incidents involving what the union calls inappropriate relationships with inmates.
Have you ever seen kind of case after case after case after case like this?
No.
Take Shantia Kirkland. Investigators say she disguised her identity to send emails and do video chats with the father of her child.
I made you, because I made you.
Who was also an inmate, locked up, facing murder charges.
Look at that.
Even in one case, overseeing his pod while working as a jailer.
What? Look at...
You stupid woman!
Administrators say she also discussed jail business with him. She was fired in April. The same month, deputies say they watched as another corrections officer, Kiana Thompson, picked up drugs from the mother of an inmate and told investigators she planned to smuggle them into the jail.
Look at the size of this broad right here, guys. Look at the size of this broad right here.
That's a huge bitch!
Thompson remains on paid administrative leave.
If all those facts are true, I mean, it's just disgusting.
So what's going on?
As a sociologist, I see patterns.
Daniela Yauk-Ajami is an assistant professor at the University of Akron with expertise in women in the criminal justice system.
Do you believe, based on what you've seen, Cuyahoga County Jail has an organizational problem here?
I would absolutely say yes.
No, it is a problem of the B-dubs. They are all prostitutes. Olga over here. She can't say the obvious part out loud, right?
Beta female!
She says research shows women working in jails may be targeted for exploitation.
Targeted?
Women...
Targeted? Wait a minute. You guys see? They're making them into victims. Get the fuck out of here.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
It is the evil men. It is the evil men taking advantage of the women. Guys, if a corrections officer of any gender is having a relationship with an inmate, guys, that's considered SA because the officer's in a position of power. You cannot say these women are victims. because they are automatically the victimizers by default. And this goofball still can't actually say, these women, they did not know what they were doing. It was Nug's fault. Please.
Have to rely more on compliant residents, and it goes incrementally, the grooming process, right? There is a collaboration, and it builds from there.
Particularly at risk, she says, newer corrections officers. Toyana Lard was on the job less than a year when a supervisor...
Toyana Lard.
when a supervisor caught Lard engaged in what investigators called horseplay with an inmate. During an interview with investigators, Lard admitted to talking to and flirting with inmates on the phone, depositing money into their jail accounts, even bringing tequila into the jail and giving it to an inmate.
I gave him 2 spray bottles, and I gave him one of the spray bottles he sprayed the pot with, and the other one he took it and poured it into a cup.
The county fired her in March. Yauk Ajami says administrators need to go a step further, creating what she calls a culture of integrity.
That might involve mental health support, that might involve wellness programs, that might involve outlets for...
See, excuses. She would not have made this decision to be a whore if she had mental health support in wellness programs and outlets. And guys, we all know that these B-dubs will never take advantage of a mental health program. I mean, let's be honest, right? Because they can never hold women accountable, ever.
Our correctional officers to get the support they need so they do not have to fraternize with residents.
While the union representing corrections officers says things have hit a breaking point.
We don't want these salacious cases where somebody brings in drugs to the jail allegedly, or somebody is having an inappropriate relationship with inmates, giving them tequila from a spray bottle. Like that.
That's why you don't have female officers, you moron. Guys, like, do they not know that this is common sense?
It makes everyone look bad, and it makes it so much harder for those officers to do their job.
They're fed up.
Oh, they are. They've been fed up for a long time with the county's hiring practices.
The union calling for stricter screening
DEI,
of jailers.
That's why.
Things like
DEI, right? The only reason why they're hiring these B-dubs, these out of shape, your knuckle-headed B-dubs.
Oh, she's a whore.
Is it because of DEI, right? And guys, imagine being one of the males that's actually doing his job, and you see this going on. And of course, if you say anything, you know what? These B-dubs are acting crazy. It's,
how dare you?
Polygraph tests and deep dives into applicants' backgrounds, hoping to weed out potential problems before they get into the jail.
When you put officers that have actually done things that are truly in violation, that are truly putting officers and inmates in harm's way, you degrade life safety in that jail.
We asked the county for an interview to discuss concerns about the hiring process. Instead, we got a statement from a spokesperson about holding corrections officers to the highest standards. We asked again about the union's concerns about screening applicants. The spokesperson emailed us back saying no further comment. Reporting live, I'm News 5 investigator Scott Knoll.
guys, all they need to have is a no B-dub policy, right, guys? Guys, let me know in the comments if you agree. No B-dubs. Well, no women, period, right? But especially no B-dubs. What a joke. What an absolute joke. Someone says that women corrections officers in a male jail. That's the first damn problem. Facts. Someone says weak, lonely, desperate, single women. Facts. Look at that. Except for the weak part. Someone says they never want to be held accountable. Yep. Look at that. And of course, some simp. What excuses do you have for the male officers? They do worse violations than the female officers.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Someone says, I thought that they were strong and independent. This person is, and suddenly the female COs are victims. I would have been surprised if they hadn't gone that direction. They did. You knew that it was going to be the poor women's scenario. Of course. Absolutely insane. Someone says they should only allow male guards to watch male inmates. Look at that. Absolutely insane, man. Someone says, what's wrong with this quack doctor? She's insane. Look at that. You know what? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's get a little bit of 3NN input here. So now these knuckle headed hold on. Knuckle headed female COs are victims. Are women ever going to be held accountable for anything? This is why there should never be female cops or corrections officers. Comment. All right, you guys, let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys. 3NN News, I'm out. Bye, guys.